Hello again, this is Dr. Davidson, and today on this video we're going to be looking at the study guides and how to find them and how to read them. So you are logged in and now you are on the home page, and so we're going to click on study guides. And as we click on study guides, you will notice that there's terms 1, 2, 3, and 4. I see all of them because I am faculty. You will have access to your term. Now, if you are in term 1A, that means you are still getting ready to take the CSET. For the entire term, you will only complete these 3 modules. If you are a regular term 1 student, you will be completing all 7 modules. So that's very important for you to know because you have 2 different pacing guides. This is the pacing guide. This is where you find it here. So you go all the way over to the side and then you click on pacing guides and the pacing guide will come up here. As you notice, only the fall pacing guides are here. The term has not started, so we do not have the spring pacing guides up, but it's still the same. So let's click on a term 1 pacing guide. So if you're in term 1, you will click on here where it says PDF and then you click to download. Okay, so this is the pacing guide. I do encourage you to print it out because it's a lot easier to navigate when you can actually see it on paper. Now, each week you will be required to do certain things. So in Module 1, it says that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus a reflection. So you have 7 things that you are supposed to do in this module. You have 2 weeks in which to complete it, and this is the date that it is due. These dates reflect a Friday. So your work is due on the Friday before midnight of this week. Now, you want to talk to your faculty member if they have any changes in the pacing guide. But for all of my students, these Fridays are set in stone. They are not suggestions. If something should happen and you cannot get your work in, do not let me know on Friday, unless of course you broke your leg on Friday, but let me know ahead of time that life or something has gotten in the way. You know you are not going to make that Friday date. And when you ask for an extension, you have to give me the date that you anticipate having it in. I understand that life is life. Many of you have families, many of you are teaching full time, and now you have to deal with this as well. A child gets the flu, or you have grades, or you have open house. All sorts of things can happen. But this pacing guide, unless you speak to me, is written in stone. If, however, you do not meet your deadline, my assumption is you had no reason why you couldn't do it, and so the clock starts for grading you down. You will have 1 more week to get your work in, but it will be graded down. As a graduate program, you need to be reminded that a C is not a passing grade. So you want to make sure that you are getting A's and B's on your modules. So this tells you the dates that things are done. So you can see in the first module 1.01, you're going to be building a classroom website. Module 1.02, you're going to be reading about models of discipline, and so on. This pacing guide goes through the entire term. So you can see that for the most part, you have something due about every 2 weeks. It may not seem like a lot, but there's a lot that's being crammed in here. So you want to anticipate doing somewhere between 25 and 35 hours just getting your work done, between the reading and the writing and the interactive modules that you do, and then observations in class, and then writing about what's happened. By the time being on the discussion forum, by the time you put all of that together, you're going to find that you're going to be spending a great deal of time doing this, but so make sure that you stay organized. So this is your pacing guide. I want to go back to a term 1A pacing guide so that you can see what the difference is. Now, in term 1A, it's a split term. As such, you too have pacing. You have responsibilities. but you also have what's called CSEP preparation. You have to pass that CSET in order to continue in the program after term one. So we give you an ample amount of time in order to study for that and get your classwork done. So you have an activity due once a week. Still, you have Friday deadlines. So again, make sure you are also doing your TCEP prep work, your CSET prep work. The CSET prep work will either be organized for you through Dr. Al Roca or by Jennifer Toth. Both of them are conducting the CSET prep classes. You should receive a CSET book. You will have assignments you have to do in the CSET, and they will be monitoring your progress. So that's the difference. By the end of the 16 weeks, you will have completed all of Module 3 for your Term 1A. So that's Term 1A Pacing Guide. And it's important that you please observe what it has asked you to do. So I want to then tell you, so now you've gone to the pacing guide. Let's go back to the study guides. This is a module. So you click here for the module. And this is the browse format of the module. And it tells you that these are the teacher performance expectation, and I'll get into that later what they are, but you're going to be looking for evidence of certain things in this module in your classrooms as you go through and do the activities. What I want to do is bring you to, however, let's go back, because the print format is where you get the details on the modules. Oops, let's see what happened here. Let me put this on pause. So this is a print module. This is the complete detail of what it is that you need to do for any of the homework assignments. So at the beginning of the module, it'll tell you what the focus is, which is planning for classroom management. And then it will tell you that you have something called a TPE focus. And in this particular case, it is social environment. And what this means is that this is the teacher performance expectation that we will be looking at and measuring your progress against as you go through the homework. So as you can see, it says the salient features are understanding the importance of social environment, establishing a positive environment for learning, and maintaining a positive environment for learning. So it says that the outcomes of this are you're going to participate in classroom discussions. You are going to identify key elements about the classroom management. You're going to understand theories of discipline and so on. The focus TPE is social environment. Then it tells you that the curriculum and resources updates for Module 1 and Procedure 1, and it tells you when they were posted. You don't have to worry about that. So now let's look at the TPE. The TPE is actually where you can look and see these are the characteristics as a teacher you are going to be striving for. So in creating a social environment, these are the characteristics we would be looking for. And you will either be minimal, beginning, proficient, or exemplary. Unless you are an experienced teacher from, let's say, out of state who has like 12 to 15 years of experience, and you're getting a California credential, or you've been a private school teacher for many years and you're getting a California credential, the odds are you will not be exemplary. Many of you will be coming in at minimal and beginning. And that's fine, because remember, this is the first day of your learning to teach and going through a preparation program. So what you want to do is look at these characteristics, and then as you work through the module, you'll want to then you're going to go back to that later and measure how you evolved over the term. Over this module and its activities. So the first thing you're going to do is it says you're going to build your classroom website. So that's your first activity, 1.01. It says the abbreviated objective, you're going to create a classroom website. What are you going to need to do this? You are going to use your Malloy Transforming Learning with New Technologies textbook. And that'll be on your iPad. And then it tells you the exact procedure. Step 1, please complete your profile. Step 2, think about teacher expectations and how they affect learning. And it says to read these pages in the book. Step 3, go online and join the discussion forum 1.01. Use the following questions to guide your online discussion. What social associations can you recall that have impacted your decision to become a teacher? How might today's social networking environment work in building and maintaining your community of learners? Step 4, using the guide available in Resources, Technology Manual, Quick Start, and guides creating your classroom website, and I'll show you where those are. Create your classroom website. Your site will be the place where you will post the results of a variety of activities. Step 5, after accessing appendices 1.1b, create a Venn diagram to show the similarities and differences in what you might post on your Cal State Teach website and on your classroom website. And then step 6, post to the Google site for your classroom website in your workfolio. Now, submit. This is very important. Whenever you see this, it means you have to hand in, you have to upload something that's documentable, that's tangible. So here, that would be, you are going to post in the online discussion forum, which means you are going to create one new thread and respond to 2 other people. You are going to complete your Cal State Teach profile, and you are then going to post to your Google site and your favorite websites in the My Profile page. Finally, it says you were going to use these appendices in order to complete this assignment. So what I want to do now is take you to the appendices so you can see where to find them. I am back now on the study guide page. All your appendices for this term are going to be located here. So here's appendices 1.01. And there's my dog again. And it tells you what you're supposed to do. You have to do these readings. So you'll see that there's readings that are going to be offered to you here. All right. So this is what you would do. And then you're going to do 1.01b, which is the Venn diagram. Open. Come on, wrap it up. No, I don't want that. Oh. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. That is something that you didn't need to see. Come on, there we go. Okay, so here's the Venn diagram that you'll be completing. All right. This is a classroom website, both, and so on. So that's where you get your appendices. Okay. So that is how you work through your modules. So I hope that this has given you a brief understanding of what it is you need to do. And I will continue with the IRIS modules on the next video. Thank you very much. Goodbye.